Valley teenager will tell you why they haven't arrested the suspect more than a month after the assault. And Anchorage fire investigators say they might never know the cause of the fire at the Aspen Hotel after evidence was shifted. Plus, a rundown of the runoff elections for the Anchorage School Board and Assembly. All those stories and much more right now on ABC Alaska News at 10.
This is ABC Alaska News Live. Now, April Davis, Carrie Kerrigan, and Derek Agnew with Alaska's only statewide news at 10.
Good evening, everyone. 2 months after a Big Lake teenager was assaulted and badly injured at Hatcher Pass, his family says they're losing faith in the law. Carson Banks says he and his friend were snowboarding in Hatcher Pass last month when he tried to break up a fight between his friend and another boy. As Banks turned to walk back up the mountain, he was punched in his right eye so hard it caused his eye socket to explode. Big Lake troopers have named 19-year-old Richard Hoglin as a suspect, but they are waiting for hospital records before they press charges. His family says they do not feel safe as long as Hoglin is walking the streets.
Blew open my eye socket and a bunch of nerves and stuff fell in there. They had to pull all the stuff back out and put a jelly film implant.
It's not fair that a 19-year-old man did this and nobody cares. I feel like nobody truly cares about this, and I want to see justice for my son's sake.
Since the assault, Banks has double vision and damaged nerves and muscles. He will have a second surgery tomorrow to implant another jelly pocket to hold up his eye. The trial continues for a Wasilla mother accused of killing one of her sons by setting her own home on fire, with another expert testifying the fire was deliberately set. Independent fire investigator John Glenn testified yesterday the September 2000 fire in Wasilla was a case of arson. Suzette Welton is charged with setting that fire that killed her 14-year-old son Samuel to collect on insurance policies she took out on her sons. Her son Jeremiah, who is now 18 years old, escaped the flames. Glenn was hired by an insurance company to investigate the blaze, and he says the pattern of burns indicates the fire was set with an accelerant, but he could not say who set the fire. Welton's lawyer says the fire was set by one of the boys. Investigators still have not pinpointed a cause for the fire at the Aspen Hotel in Anchorage nearly 3 weeks ago. The blaze gutted the complex, causing nearly $5 million in damage, the costliest fire in the city in more than 2 decades. Now there are reports Deputy Fire Chief Dennis Hoke has been suspended. His job was to oversee the firefighting efforts at the April 9th fire. The scene may have been disturbed when backhoes were brought in so quickly. Hoke's office will not confirm or deny if he has been suspended, but says there is an interim deputy chief. There is a push on Capitol Hill tonight to let pilots carry guns in the cockpit. Alaska's lone representative and House Transportation Committee Chairman Don Young and Aviation Subcommittee Chairman John Micah say it's something pilots have asked for. They're proposing a voluntary program that would train pilots to use guns. Young and Micah say pilots are the last line of defense against hijacking and should be allowed to carry guns so they can protect themselves and passengers. The Airline Pilots Association says nearly 3/4 of its members want to be able to carry guns in the cockpit. Top Bush administration officials oppose arming pilots. Transportation Secretary Norman Mineta says the reinforced cockpit doors are enough to keep intruders away from pilots. Alaska's Senate president says he is leaning toward approving a new Whittier prison. The State House passed the bill yesterday to build the 1,000-bed facility in Whittier to be owned by the city and operated by a private contractor. The bill would also expand a 92-bed state prison in Bethel to 188 beds. Now the bill heads to the Senate for final approval. Today, Halford says he thinks the city of Whittier should have the final say, but he will probably approve the bill.
They become fairly convoluted proposals in the way that they try to make a profit center for someone who's pushing them, tie in a municipality, look for low-interest financing, and all those other pieces.
10 correctional facilities in Alaska are operating right now at more than emergency capacity. Governor Tony Knowles has a message for the government of British Columbia: no new fish farms. Governor Knowles is asking British Columbia to maintain the moratorium it has on developing new fish farms. Last Friday, the British Columbia government announced the 7-year moratorium will stay in place, but only temporarily while it works out the details for new fish farms. Knowles also wants to make existing salmon farms safer for the environment and protect wild salmon stocks from escaped farmed fish with diseases.
We are assured that these diseases don't threaten human beings yet. But I challenge anyone who would like to share a dish of sushi to eat it knowing that it's infected with those pathogens.
Governor Knowles says British Columbia plans on building more new fish farms as soon as they work out some administrative details. BP Alaska is once again allowing visitors past its oil fields onto the Arctic Ocean. The 7-mile road from Dead Horse to the ocean was closed, citing security concerns after September 11th. About 5,000 tourists use that road each year. The state intervened, saying BP's lease does not provide a provision to restrict access to the coast. Well, up next on ABC Alaska News at 10, a rundown of the runoff candidates for the Anchorage election. It's just 1 week away.
I'm Derek Agnew. Later in 10 o'clock sports, we'll have some prep soccer, some prep track and field, and also some great prep softball. We'll take a look at the Chugiak Mustangs tonight as they look to have another impressive season.
And quite a mix of weather across the Anchorage Bowl and the rest of the state, as a matter of fact, today. From fog to sunshine to rainstorms this evening across the Anchorage Bowl. Here's a nice shot out across Tourniquet Arm this afternoon. We'll tell you more about what's going on statewide in weather in a couple of minutes.
If you haven't been to Scan Home lately, you really should stop by and see our new collection of upholstered sofas, love seats, and chairs. Choose from hundreds of fabrics in a rainbow of colors and styles to enhance every decor. And we've expanded our collection of stressless Equinus furniture too. From modern to traditional to retro, Scan Home has the look you're looking for. Exceptional quality, moderate prices, and free delivery in Anchorage and Eagle River. Scan Home at Arctic and 36th.
There's a new way to perform weight loss surgery. It's called laparoscopic gastric bypass.
I lost 70 pounds in 4 months. My back pain is gone. My blood pressure is normal. I feel great.
Laparoscopic means less time in the hospital, a faster recovery, less discomfort, and less scarring. Ask Dr. Lisa Eberlin. She's a surgeon, and she's had the procedure.
This is really the way to go.
Call 877-LBS-LOST for free information about Dr. Eberlin's surgery and yours.
Come in and see Cozy Carpet's newest location and celebrate with us in style. For a limited time, get free pad with your carpet purchase. See the quality of installation that's guaranteed. Get laminate flooring for only $1.99 per square foot. On approval of credit, get no payments and no interest for up to 12 months. Free pad makes carpeting your home more affordable than ever. Remember, at Cozy Carpets, buy now and don't pay until next spring. Come see us today on Benson between Arctic and Sea or in Eagle River in the Cars Mall.
This is ABC Alaska News, live at 10.
Welcome back. The Anchorage municipal runoff election is only a week away, and there is one assembly seat and one school board seat up for grabs after none of the candidates in either of those races got the 50% plus one vote to win in the April 2nd election. We'll start now with the school board seat. John Steiner is running for seat D. He got a majority of the votes in the April election with 43%. He has 2 children who have already graduated from the Anchorage School District and 1 still in high school. He wants to keep state funding available for schools, making education a priority, even with the budget gap. And he says he will bring new energy to the school board.
You know, when you think about the fiscal gap that we've got in Juneau, we need to do all we can to keep the education funding from dropping, but it's going to be tight, so we need to watch the budget really carefully.
And Jeff Friedman, sorry, we're going to the Steiner candidate now. Jeff Friedman is who we're talking about. He will provide full funding for quality education, continue to improve communication between school board and community, and encourage parent participation.
I think it's important to elect a school board member who has the time to spend during the day at meetings, visiting schools, as I said before, talking to the community, listening to the community. Not everybody has time for evening meetings,
And the debate over the East Anchorage Assembly runoff was decided in court today. An Anchorage Superior Court judge ruled today Brian Whittle can legally run as a candidate in next Tuesday's election after a lawsuit was filed to contest his residency. Robert Hayes, a former candidate for the seat, filed the lawsuit and says he will appeal the decision. In the meantime, Whittle is going full steam ahead on the campaign trail. Brian Whittle has lived in Anchorage for almost 30 years and has 3 children in public schools. Whittle says as an assemblyman, he would work to keep East Anchorage neighborhoods safe, work to get better schools on the east side, and make the East Anchorage Town Center a reality.
To help build a great new East Anchorage, the town center, the new middle school. There's a lot of things that can be done in our neighborhoods, and it's exciting to me, so I'm ready to get to work.
Paul Bauer Jr. is the other candidate for the East Anchorage Assembly seat. Bauer says he wants to improve the traffic flow and road conditions on the east side. He also says he wants to bring new schools to the area and add new Little League fields to Bicentennial Park.
As far as this court stuff is going on, that has not been an issue with this campaign. Then that's why I say we need to get on with this and get it going. So I'm not taking no sides on it. Never have and never will.
Whittle got the majority of the vote in the April election with nearly 45%. Bauer got 41%. Polls open next Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. We'll see you there, and we'll have full coverage of the elections then, of course. Let's check in with the weather with Carrie Kerrigan. Hi, Carrie.
Good evening, April. A very, very lovely evening tonight in Anchorage. Once you got past the rain showers, which kind of deluged us there for about an hour and a half around 7 o'clock. Lower 48, though, still seeing a little bit of activity, especially across the Tennessee Valley, but most of this system is moving its way on out towards the Atlantic seaboard and off the ocean. Otherwise, though, low pressure really continues to be in control in the northeast and the southeast and out west. Still a few clouds to deal with there as well. We'll tell you what's up with Alaska's weather. That's coming up next.
What are you looking for? Sometimes what we want most is right there, just waiting to be found. At Key, we help you discover what you're looking for by revealing what you already have with a free Key Solutions financial assessment. Simple questions that uncover where you are, so we can provide some answers to help you get where you want to go. Key. Achieve anything.
Walking into today's big box retailers can make you feel pretty small. More of everything except what you need. More of everything except employees to help you. Get out of the box and come to Corporate Express Alaska, where you'll find the largest selection of office supplies, furniture, and machines, as well as knowledgeable salespeople to give you prompt, friendly service. Corporate Express, now located in the downtown Sadler's building.
Corporate Express Alaska, Alaska's office supplier.
I'm Ted Koppel. Coming up on Nightline, it's not just a question of how many died, it's a question of how they were killed. Somewhere under the rubble, somewhere in the memories of the participants, lies the truth of what really happened. The Battle of Jenin, tonight.
Good Morning America's week-long road trip rolls into the Lone Star State. From Laura Bush's Texas to a down-home barbecue to an out-of-this-world trip to NASA, we're live from the Lone Star State.
Y'all come on down.
Watch Good Morning America Texas Style tomorrow.
ABC Alaska weather with Carrie Kerrigan.
I'm Bo from Volunteers America and Anchorage Community Promise. Hey, Carrie, how's the weather?
Well, it's pretty good. And hi, my name is Emily Elizabeth, and welcome to the weather segment of our show. Here's what's going on out across the state of Alaska. You have to be a Clifford fan to get it. Still got a lot of jet stream pushing in across the state, especially from out across the southwest. And as it does so, large area low pressure, which sits back out off of Bristol Bay, continues to churn. And we're seeing it really pull a whole lot of moisture in with it also as the frontal boundary pushes through some wind tonight across the Anchorage Bowl. Boy, it got a bit gusty there for a while around 8 o'clock, but we're still in pretty good shape right now. Big issue right now is the fact there's some cold air wrapping around the backside of this, and that cold air and also that moisture continue to push their way out across some of the higher elevations across central Yukon Valley and some of the valleys of the interior as you push off towards the Canadian and Alaska border. We're going to continue to see some heavy snow watches up tonight, and we expect some maybe 4 to 8 inches in some spots, and even better in some isolated areas. But for the most part, still going to see some snow. We're expecting snow to kick up across a good portion of the interior, but check out Fairbanks at 52 still, 44 in Anchorage, 50 in Juneau, 28 in Nome, 10 in Barrow. We got a little bit of an anomaly there right in the middle of the screen, but For the most part, temperature contours continue to be in pretty good shape. 8 in Barrow, 27 in Kotzebue for tomorrow, and also in Nome, mostly cloudy skies there. Back into McGrath, Bethel. Most of the system should be skidding its way back off towards the east as we push into tomorrow, but still expect snow in Fairbanks, rain showers in Talkeetna, though you get a little further south away from the Alaska range, you start getting into this clearing going on. We expect some partly cloudy skies. Once we get past the morning hours in Anchorage, that should carry on down towards the Kenai Peninsula, back over by Cordova, where it was extremely foggy today. Kodiak at some mostly sunny skies for tomorrow, and then down towards Juneau, that front's going to kind of trail its way off, and as it pushes through tomorrow down in the southeast, we'll see temperatures still fairly warm, but the expectation is we will also start to see a little bit of precipitation develop down there. Still fairly clear skies up and down the Panhandle. Kodiak, I should say Yakutat, looking at a little bit of fog this evening, but otherwise not too bad. Fairly quiet in southeast Alaska. Dead Horse has still got a little bit of blowing snow. Same story back in towards Barrow. Still, with these temperatures well above the 35-degree mark, we're seeing an awful lot of rain shower activity, and still cloudy skies back in towards Fairbanks at 52, 51 at Northway. And Fairbanks continues to see a little bit of isolated rain shower activity across the northern end of the Tanana Valley. Back out towards Delta Junction, though, not too bad. Still some breaks here, but as we look at the radars tomorrow, we should be seeing, especially during the day, awful lot of activity back in across the Tanana Valley. Still back in towards Anchorage and around Kenai, some isolated rain showers, a little bit of fog way up towards the north of us around Talkeetna, but back into Valdez and Cordova, they're starting to see some rain develop now on the backside of Prince William Sound. Boy, that system came right across the top of us. Take a look at the Doppler, and show it to you right here. Here's where the system came through this evening, and there's that big punch right there that's just starting to clear off now. Actually, you can look back out down the inlet as the sun is setting right now, and you can see the clearing back in behind this. But this is the system that kind of came through and developed, and there's all that rain shower activity that we saw just a little while ago. Quick look now, we'll show you what's going on outside, and continues to be pretty decent weather. Tonight's forecast calls for any rain shower activity you're seeing now to turn into snow later on. 52 is where we're at currently. Today's high at 55. It's going to cool down some. Guarantee you that, especially some of this cold air starts to wrap around the lows, which are forming up across the interior. It's going to be a double center low by tomorrow is the expectation. Across the Anchorage Bowl, rain showers tonight. We're there right now, although it's clear behind that. We do expect there'll be some cooling, a chance for a little more rain in the morning, and then that could turn into a little bit of snow. So don't be surprised if you see just a little bit of snow in the morning. Not going to stick around. It'll be warm tomorrow. Warm enough that it'll get rid of it by the afternoon. Yeah, April. What? Mostly clear skies across Juneau for tonight. But by the time we get into tomorrow in the afternoon, midday, we'll start to see a little bit of precipitation develop even across Juneau. So it's going to be kind of just kind of those little getting into spring kind of thing.
Right.
And boy, we needed the rain so bad. But you see how dusty it was across the mountains today?
It was.
Air quality would have been a huge issue if we hadn't had the rains. Now the rains beat all that back down. It's going to be run off.
I saw the dust coming. I got allergies, so I watch out for that.
Yeah, that was a big thing today.
Spring's here, rain's here. They were playing soccer in the rain, but we're going to talk about Stanley Cup.
Yeah, we've got a lot of prep sports to get through, but Game 7 Stanley Cup talk in Toronto going against New York. We have the highlights coming up. Also some great NBA playoffs and tonight for the Hornets.
Out here right now, and Traylor blocks it, and Davis ahead of the field. Troy Hudson back, and the feed inside, and the basket by McGlure. So Charlotte taking advantage of the turnover.
You're late. No time for coffee, but you'll make it. Except your door's frozen shut, and you can't see out the window, and your car won't start. What do you do? What do you do? Well, that's one way, but there is a better way. Valley Auto Parts, your winter car care center. See us for all your winter car care needs.
It's time to spring into action at your Honda dealer. Spring into the saddle of selected CRs, XRs, or ATVs and ride off with 6.9% financing and no down payment. Or if you'd rather spring for low monthly payments, ATVs start as low as $69 a month with your Honda card. Spring into action now at your Honda dealer.
Alaska Cycle Center, the best since 1955. Bikes, ATVs, and rider gear. Fox, Oakland, Shoei, Cobra, and more.
Alaska Sports with Derek Agnew.
Welcome back. Hard-nosed, physical, and bad blood best describe the Islanders and Leafs series. An ideal combination for a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Out we go to the Air Canada Center. 1-1 in the second. Darcy Tucker to Robert Reichel. Alexander Mogilny one times at 2-1 on the delayed penalty goal. Staying in the second, Travis Green showing off a wicked wrister, beating Chris Osgood 3-1. Toronto takes Game 7 4-2. Curtis Joseph 31 saves. Toronto now moves on to play Ottawa in the Eastern semis. The other one will be Montreal versus Carolina. Well, the Flyers' first-round exit to Ottawa earned Coach Bill Barber's walking papers today. He was fired one day after several players blamed him for their playoff collapse. Barber, last year's NHL Coach of the Year, is the 5th Flyers coach fired since 1997. Well, the Memphis Grizzlies' future is looking bright with Jerry West as president of basketball operations. The Lakers Hall of Fame guard has agreed to a multi-year deal worth an estimated $5 million per. On the court tonight, T-Mac and the Magic trying to avoid elimination against the Hornets. Second quarter, Magic down 5. McGrady strong to the rack, trying to back up his guaranteed win. Still in the second, T-Mac trying the up and under. Tractor trailer blocking him on this one. Jamal McGlure, get it to Baron Davis because he will feed it back to you for the powerful finish. 1 of 10 Davis assists. Baron keeps the playmaking going. Pretty dish again on this one to who else? McGlure for 2 of his 19 points. And the Hornets eliminate the Magic in 4 games. Final score 102-85. Baron Davis back-to-back triple-doubles, 28, 11, and 10. And Patrick Ewing most likely walking off the court for the last time. Hornets waiting on the Nets. Pacers winner. That is where we're going. Pacers facing elimination against the Nets. Aaron Williams misses, but Kenyon Martin flying in for the follow. 2 of his 13 points. Third quarter now. Pacers making a run led by Austin Crozier. Part of an 11-0 run. He is just heating up. More from him, 58-45. Ron Artest feeling it tonight also. Buries 2 of his game-high tying 18 points. Back to the story of the game. Austin Crozier, step back, all nylon. Then he's going for a little baseline J action, rims it in. He had 18 points off the bench after averaging 2.5 points in the series. Final 97-74. Indy forces a Game 5 against the top-seeded Nets. Got to make a stop in baseball. 2 division leaders, Mariners and the White Sox going at it. 1-1 top of the second. Carlos Guillen with some wood into left field. It is a 2-bagger. Carlos 3 for 4, scoring Ruben Sierra on this one. 2-1 Seattle. Now 3-all in the fourth. The Big Hurt with a big swing. Frank Thomas has a double. Kenny Lofton will trot on in, as will Ray Durham. It is now 5-3 Chicago. Maglio Ordonez finishes it with a 2-run blast, helping Chicago to an 8-4 final. Seattle is now 18-8 on the year. Chicago looking solid at 16-10. Well, the state runner-up Lady Mustangs hit the diamond for the first time last night in a doubleheader. Chugach slugged their way to a 2-0 start with convincing victories over West and Bartlett. Lorraine LeBreton has more on how the Mustangs plan to keep on winning.
After taking second in both region and state to service, Chugach is determined not to be runners-up this season. The Mustangs corralled West 12-0 last night to start their quest for a state title.
Winning the first game, into my mind, is, a real boost because we're ready to go for the next one. We're going to win the next one and the next one.
Chugach did win the next one, polishing off Bartlett 8-2. The Mustangs showed off their strength on opening night, 3 consistent arms on the mound, and rock-solid Team D backing them up.
Any given day, you can go up against a really good pitcher who could shut you down, but if our defense and our pitching will keep us in the game.
Mustang fans could have a lot to cheer about this season. The team's goal is to hit well, working hard on all areas like bunting and base running.
I always focus on offense because it's the hardest thing to do. Hitting a pitch ball is one of the hardest things in sports to do, especially as fast as most of these girls pitch it.
More than half the Mustangs played on the same travel team this winter, adding to their on- and off-field chemistry. Chugach knows they also have the benefit of numerous seasoned returners on the team.
It helps with the nerves of state because people are nervous and things like that, and just so much experience in playing together.
The girls have dedicated their season to 2 Eagle River softball supporters dealing with health problems, and they want to bring the state trophy home to them. Lorraine LeBreton for ABC Alaska Sports.
And Chugach takes on the always tough Juneau Douglas Crimson Bears tomorrow night at the Park Strip. Well, on the turf tonight, the Chugach Mustangs and the West Eagles in our nightly doubleheader. Chugach trying to get back in the win column after last Friday's loss to Service. Eagles just trying to stay warm in tonight's drizzle. No score deep in the first half. Gabe Shaddy Farnsworth making the fancy footwork pay off. He beats goalie Andy Coy short side. West leads by 1. Still 1-0 Eagles in the second. Mark Cleedon passes to Gabe Shaddy Farnsworth, who's tipping this in for his second goal of the game. West wins it 2-0. You know who the star is in this game. Field events between Bartlett and Diamond. There's still no field at Bartlett, so we're going inside for the high jump. High jump champion Joe Weber talking strategy. Weber out in front of everybody, going for 6 feet 4 inches, his first attempt, and Joe owns that height. 6'4" would be his final height for the day. 6'5", just a little too much. But we now go out to the parking lot where David Casper stole the discus show. Big boy, Casper's already thrown 129 feet. I'm in the parking lot. It's a fast edit because he almost hit me. He went way over my head with that thing. 136 feet. I did not get far enough out for big David Casper. He owns the discus on today's action.
They tried to tell you he was going to throw that thing.
Seriously, the camera work was a little shoddy because I was like, whoa. So David, he was a big boy. Big boy throwing the discus, did a nice job. Got to say that Tim Duncan, if you're a Spurs fan tomorrow night against the Sonics, he will not be playing. His father passed away, so he's gone home to North Carolina to be with him. They're already without David Robinson, so the Sonics may even this thing up at 2-2 tomorrow.
We'll have to see how it goes.
We'll see, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Derek. Still to come on ABC Alaska News at 10. A sure sign of spring in Alaska, not the rain, but the first cruise ship dock in Juneau. But first, our poll question of the week. Log on, give us your opinion at aksuperstation.com.
Gold Dredge number 8 is celebrating 100 years of gold mining history, and we want to share it with you. Come visit us for free on Saturday, May 11th from 11 to 3. You can tour the dredge and museums and watch free videos and gold panning demonstrations. Join us for some fun and help us celebrate 100 years of gold mining history on Saturday, May 11th from 11 to 3. It's free, so don't forget, Saturday, May 11th from 11 to 3. See you there!
Come in and see Cozy Carpet's newest location and celebrate with us in style. For a limited time, get free pad with your carpet purchase. See the quality of installation that's guaranteed. Get laminate flooring for only $1.99 per square foot. On approval of credit, get no payments and no interest for up to 12 months. Free pad makes carpeting your home more affordable than ever. Remember, at Cozy Carpets, buy now and don't pay until next spring. Come see us today on Benson between Arctic and Sea or in Eagle River in the Cars Mall.
Everybody knows at Park and Sell we got a great location, great people, and great deals.
Come by and check out our huge selection of quality pre-owned cars and trucks.
We have 4 great ways to help you sell your vehicle for the right price.
You will save thousands here at Park and Sell, where you're the boss.
We have financing and extended service contracts available.
Our professional detail shop can have your vehicle looking new again. Just look for our big yellow sign at the corner of Airport and Cushman or call 458-PARK.
Remember, Park and Sell, where you're the boss.
Kerry's returned from repairing his flooded gutters, and he has Alaska
I was in the middle of that rain tonight. I got to tell you something. It was, well, anyway.
Brought the gutters down.
It did. Brought the gutters down at my place. Hey, have a look and we'll show you what's going on for the 5-day forecast in the interior. Expect some snow. Now, in Fairbanks, remember that urban flood advisory and small stream advisory is still up, but also there is a watch on the Chena and also the Little Chena rivers, and there's also a warning on the Chantanika River tonight. So please be aware that there's going to be some problems. It still continues to rain. Temperatures in the mid-50s still in Fairbanks at this hour. So there's going to be some water problems going on there for the next few days. And the Chena River watch is going to be on for a couple as well. We do expect snow as we get into tomorrow night as well. Take a look now at what's up for Anchorage. Take a breath. We're going to be away from the rain for a while. Once we get past tomorrow morning, should be in pretty good shape for the next couple of days. And temperature's still in the 50s, so even though we may see a little snow in the morning, as temperatures get down a little bit, April, it'll go away. It'll go away in the afternoon.
Flurry.
Don't worry, a flurry early. And it'll be mixed with rain, too. Don't worry. It's okay. And then some rain showers possible down towards Juneau as we get into the day tomorrow once the trough starts to pass across the top of them. But they'll be better off by the time they get into the weekend. A little cooler overnight, but mid-40s at least during the days and lots of sunshine.
Right. A nice day in Juneau.
Yep.
For them to have the cruise ships coming in. 2,000 tourists arrived in Juneau today to officially kick off the summer season. The first cruise ship of the season docked in Juneau. Many locals showed up to welcome the Norwegian Sky this afternoon. The cruise liner will be in the city for 2 days before setting sail again. Shop owners and tour guides say sales are already looking good and tourists are ready to soak in the Alaska sights.
This is where we got so far, but on the way, beautiful, beautiful snows. Pretty. Want to see the glaciers.
They've got that southern accent. I wonder where they're from. The Norwegian Sky was dry docked last year in order to make the ship bigger for more passengers so they can just load all kinds of people on there. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 6 and 10. Stay tuned for Nightline. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for watching ABC Alaska News on Alaska's Superstation, reaching more of Alaska than any other television station. ABC Alaska News at 10 has been brought to you in part by Alaska Airlines Gold Streak, when you need same-day package delivery throughout Alaska.